Hey, welcome to TattooNOWtv. I'm Ben Licata, your host, and we've got a great show for you today. We'll be talking with Bob Tyrrell, Mike Cole, and in-house we'll have our special co-host, Richie Bulldog. It's going to be a wonderful show. Richie's going to tell us a little bit about his videos. He's shot most of the videos you're going to see and edited one more than the ones you're going to see. Ryan Moon was the other guy. Let me tell you a little bit about who brings this show to you. Our sponsors are the Worldwide Tattoo Conference, which is happening this week, June 4th and 5th in Boston. If you're a tattoo artist, you don't want to miss this. We got seminars from Nick Baxter, Jeff Gogwe, Nico, Guy Itchison, Alex DePasse, and Bob Tyrrell. It's really a learning experience. If you're a tattoo artist, this is something that will make your career better and make you a better artist. TattooNOW, where we're coming to you live from right now. TattooNOW is responsible for everything that you see on this. TattooNOW specializes in websites for tattoo artists and mobile apps. If you're a tattoo artist, look them up. They're going to do right by you. They run some seriously powerful websites. Sullen, who printed our t-shirts, most recent TattooNOW t-shirts with artwork from Teresa Sharp. If you guys are interested in any Sullen gear, especially the TattooNOW shirt, you can get in touch with us, give us your opinion, and we might send you one. If you want to buy some of the other Sullen gear, just enter TattooNOW into the Sullen promo code, and they'll give you 15% off. Don't delay, because I'm not sure how long that's going to last. These are Ego tattoo machines by Bez, a friend of the show. These are great little machines. The little Ego, he's working on some other stuff right now too. You can find them at TattooMachinesNow.com, and coming soon he'll have his own website, EgoTattooMachines.com. Pulse Tattoo Supply. These guys are our local faves. We've been working with these guys for years. They've got everything that you need. They've got educational books, flash, tattoo supplies. Look them up, they'll hook you up. And Neotat, makers of Neotat tattoo machines. Check them out at neotat.com. So we're going to show you a video that was edited by Richie Bulldog, our in-house guest from the Paradise Tattoo Gathering. And then we'll be back to talk with Richie, Bob, Mike Cole, and we'll do Tattoo of the Day. Review the TattooNOW news.
So different to any other convention. It's really, really cool.
All the shows I've been to, this one is definitely different. And to see the collective artists, at the top of the industry, all in the same building has been a really great experience for me, and I'm sure for everybody that has attended this year.
Because it's purely about the art, so people come here and everyone wants to share. It's so open, like everyone wants to share and see everyone else progress.
Its main focus is the art and the artists and the education.
This type of stuff is what makes me feel like I'm on the right path and helps me stay focused and inspired.
This is something different. Every year it's been the same. It feels better every time, it seems. Amazing artists, amazing just atmosphere. Almost a bit of a pain to have to work.
The Paradise Tattoo Gathering is significantly different from many other conventions, solely because it deals with the quality over quantity aspect.
Many conventions are just a bunch of tattooers in a large room doing tattoos. So this offers a lot more learning potential, and other artists can show up if they're not working the show and take lots of seminars, and it's like a little mini learning vacation for them.
I've done so many seminars this weekend, it's hard to put a finger on. I've been inspired in so many ways, spiritually, artistically, even the approach that you have to your clients, to your work. Things like that. I think it's been inspiring in a whole, not in one way. I couldn't even sleep last night. My brain was racing so much.
It's great to see the people that are at the top of the tattoo mountain willing to share that information, as opposed to treating every aspect in life as a game to climb over everyone else and just stay up lonely at the top. There's no sense of that here at this shop.
It's helping to, increase the visibility of, tattooing, around the world, and, just helping, everybody at least that, participate, to get better.
I would say that I always go home inspired after this particular convention.
I think this convention definitely has an effect on the industry, and I think it already has changed the industry just in the few years that it's been happening.
So that was the Paradise Tattoo Gathering video, shot by Ryan Moon and edited by the one and only Richie Bulldog.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, my brother. It's good to be here. It's good to be here.
You enjoying the heat of Massachusetts?
Oh, I love it. It's hot to
Good for the
death.
hair. Good for the hair. Makes it
Yeah,
look good,
it
man.
gives it a nice little sheen. Nice little sheen with my hair.
So, you've been doing a lot of video work, many years now?
Yeah. I've done a bunch of stuff with some great artists recently. As you know, the Jose Perez Jr.
I'm a big fan.
Awesome video. And then the Ian McCown video, which was it had great response, overwhelming response. He's selling a ton of those books.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's been doing really great with that book.
I think he's like 2/3 of the way through his whole initial order, which is awesome. I want to congratulate him.
Yeah, good job, man.
So
a lot of artists will sit on their stuff for a couple of years before it's that far sold out. So.
and not to say that the video didn't help. So,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, those videos are, it's a great product nonetheless, but.
It's got the beautiful shot around the easel.
Ooh, it was all
from
slow.
from the gathering.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up. We have a Worldwide Tattoo Conference this weekend. This week. It's so weird. Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, it's like a good time to have an excuse.
I like having the extra weekend thrown in there. Really.
Exactly. It's like a built-in extra weekend. So yeah, we're going to host that. I'm very excited about that.
So before we get into all that, let's go back to how long you've been doing video stuff.
I've been doing videos probably about, I want to say 10 years.
How did you get into it?
When me and my wife first got together, actually halfway through our relationship, got an income tax check back, and she said, you should buy a video camera. And that's how I got into it. That's how I got to give her props.
So how did you start?
I started, as funny as it sounds, inappropriately enough, 10 years ago, I would make pot videos. Like just quirky videos of me and my friends.
Goofing around.
Smoking weed, making bubbles and editing it, and taught myself on iMovie. Just a lot of fun nights staying up, and through that, as the skill progressed, so did the content.
Of course.
And here I am, 15 years later making videos for the best artists in the world. So
as far as you do, a lot of what you do is with tattoo artists, almost exclusively. How did you get into working with tattoo artists in the video end of it all?
Well, the thing about photography, videography, cinematography, if you can shoot what you know and what you love, it comes out a lot better. So it was the fact that I had spent all the time before I picked up a video camera within the tattoo community. I don't even want to say industry, I want to say community.
Sure.
Because 25 plus years. And you spend all that time and you make all these friends and you realize all the great things that are around you and you have access to. So why not take your skill, which is presenting beautiful visual images, and taking beautiful visual imagery that was created and putting them together, and then you have these awesome videos. So it was natural. It was natural for me to just film artists and artwork and what they do and how they do it and what it ends up like. It's a natural progression.
How did you first get attracted to tattooing in the tattoo community? Getting tattooed?
Yeah. You
have friends who did it as a kid? Or?
When I was in the Marine Corps in 1993. It was 1993. I met J.R. Maloney, who was tattooing in Zeke Owens' first tattoo shop that he had. It was in Jacksonville, North Carolina. It was on Court Street, and it was then passed on to a person named Hopi Quail the nurse Hopi, who's also, she's passed away. She's still a prominent name in Wilmington, North Carolina. And I kind of came up with JR as he was progressing in tattoos. My tattoos were progressing as well. And he landed a gig. He got out of the Marine Corps early, landed a gig at Eastside Inc. with Sean Vasquez, who's on the he's on the cover of Tattoo Master magazine this month.
Oh, right on.
Which is kind of cool. And, 20 years later, 1992, whatever. Let's not do the math.
1992? Wow, shit. 21 years
Yeah,
later?
it was a long time ago. And, that's awesome. So all those guys, were early on when I came on, and we kind of all just came up together. And I always chose not to, only because I didn't want to draw. It was just a little too much on my head.
Sure.
It's just like it's a big deal to tattoo somebody and mark somebody for the rest of your life. And unfortunately, not everybody has that filter that says, yo, maybe I shouldn't do this. You know what I mean? I mean, thank God that there are plenty of, well-trained artists and the dudes that really have it that can do it. But if everybody had that, I love tattooing so much, and I can find a way to fit in without doing bad tattoos.
Well, not everyone can be a tattoo artist, but without other people that were into tattooing, you'd have a room full of tattoo artists hanging out by themselves. It's gotta be the rest of us. People like me, collector. I don't tattoo.
Room full of sailors and tattoo artists.
Exactly. But not everyone can tattoo. But we can all find our place to put back into the community. That's why I host this. That's why you do your video thing.
Right, and I try to show it in the best light. I try to show them they're not the same like crazy rock music, like cut videos and like chicks and bikinis. Not that there's anything wrong with any of that stuff.
Hell no.
Love rock and chicks and bikinis and but I just want to show it in an artistic light, in a Channel 13 light, so to speak, before National Geographic came on. Just like quirky, artsy, kind of cool. It's there. Why not make wine out of grapes?
You should do some of that narration, the old school wildlife videos.
Here we have
Franklin Archer,
right?
in his natural home environment.
So there it is, and that's why those videos are. That's why people love them too, because I think they're like, wow, somebody took the time to make a good video for, you know what I mean? It's not like hey, my buddy makes videos, or which that's cool too.
Sure.
And I started out that way as the buddy who knew how to do videos, and then it progresses. But that's it. I would make movies for no one else but artists for the rest of my life. I can sculptors, painters, charcoal, airbrush. It's all.
Yeah, well, it highlights them and then allows them to have the time and freedom to do their art.
It's a different kind of script, it's a different kind of drama, but it's there. There's drama, comedy, sorrow, brokenness, you know what I mean? It's all there. Hunger,
Absolutely.
So that's what it is, man.
So what have you got coming up in the more recent times? What do you got coming? What do you got in the works right now?
Well, I MC shows as well.
That's right. You're
some
going
of
to
the
be
good shows.
emceeing the Worldwide Tattoo
Worldwide
Conference?
Tattoo Conference. I'm pumped. And then immediately after, like a week after that, I'll be 2 weeks. Tattoo-Lapalooza, Miami. I'm emceeing that. And then I think we're heading back over to the UK. I think it's London time again.
Very nice.
It's London time, and then it's Keystone, Colorado time again.
Oh wow!
It's all kinds of crazy awesomeness. Yeah. So there's plenty. It's good stuff. What do you got going next?
I'll be at the Worldwide Tattoo Conference doing what I do.
I'll see you there, brother. Awesome.
So we'll be back in a minute or so. We'll talk a little bit more with Richie, and we're going to try to get Mike Cole on the line, and we'll talk to him about his work and what he's been up to. Just want you to know this show is for you guys. So if you have any comments, criticisms, get in touch with us. TattooNOW at TattooNOW.com. We love to hear feedback. We're doing it for you, so we want to make it the best we can. So get in touch with us, and we'll be back in a minute, and we're going to try to get Mike Cole on the line.
I'm Bez from 666 Studios. Let me show you my ego. the years I've been tattooing, I've started developing wrist problems, and I've noticed a lot of artists have developed a similar problem. With the Ego, the idea was to design a light, affordable machine. So here it is, the Ego. The Ego uses our patented power triangle system. It simulates front and back spring. You have 6 different grades of rubber, from hard to soft, hard to soft, simulating front and back spring. RCA jack, nice and convenient, nice stable connection. Vice, a little bit of pressure, nice super secure lock. This is the Ego Bio Grip, this is our new grip. It's super comfortable, it's made of super soft silicone. It has a part at the back to help relieve wrist strain and a part at the front to help relieve vibration on the front finger. Tattooists love the feel of a coil machine. A lot of rotaries don't behave like a coil. With the Ego, we've simulated the front and the back spring of a coil machine, so you get the best of both worlds. Some of the advantages of using the Ego is you've got extremely lightweight machine, which is very movable in your hand. You're not restricted, it's more like a pen. It's like tattooing with a marker, and that is the whole idea of the shape of the Ego, and get the centre of balance over the top of the tube and away from the back of your hand. So that enables you to have a bit more freedom and a bit more of a marker-like experience when you're tattooing. With that, it gives you the ability to tattoo for longer and have a little bit more control over your tattooing process, because your wrists aren't getting tired and the weight of the machine is nicely balanced.
So I've given the Egos a go, and the speed is just amazing. It's just like using a coil. It really is. For the speed and the quality work I can put out. I'm very, very happy with them. I have many Egos from Bears, probably about 6 now, and I'm very happy with them all.
So much time and effort went into making the Ego. I'm happy where it's at, and so are a lot of other artists. It's definitely taken off.
Feeing. What? We're off mute. Hello, everybody. Hey, we're back. So that video was shot by Richie. I hope you liked it. You should try out the Ego machines if you're a tattoo artist. They're supposed to be really good. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to laugh at that. Back room, horrible noise. I'm sure you heard it. It just got 5 degrees hotter in here. So, we're going to get Mike Cole on the line, and we'll have a little conversation with him. Hey, Mike.
Hey, how's it going?
Did you hear Gabe in the back?
No, I couldn't hear Gabe.
Oh, you're lucky.
Hey.
You're lucky. It was disgusting. So we're just going to crop Mike's shot a little bit, and we'll get rid of some of that Skype noise. So, Mike, how you doing?
Doing good.
How's everything out home-wise?
Wait, I'm getting an echo.
You're getting an echo? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Still?
Turn off his stream.
Are you watching the show and Skyping with me at the same time?
No, I exited off. Hold on, let me look.
You look good.
He got the memo about the beard.
Yeah, it's all beard show.
I think that's better. There we go.
That sounds all right?
Yeah, that's good.
Mike, you look awesome. I love the beard, man.
No, yeah, I trying to little beard action.
Welcome to the beard edition of TattooNOWtv.
Too lazy to shave.
Yeah, me too. That's why I have it. You? No, you just do it to look good.
I do it, yeah, to hide the double chin.
Plus it is more manly, I guess.
So, Mike, what have you been working on these days?
Oh, just painting, and I've become quite the farmer lately. Trying to grow my own food and stuff.
Oh, yeah?
But tattooing full tilt, 7 days a week.
So, for folks who don't know, everybody fucking knows Mike Cole by now, but Mike does bio-organic, biomech tattoos, very vibrant. His paintings are also the same way.
But they're different. They're just not like biomechanic. They're like awesome.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah, I would classify it more as mechanic, not so much
Right,
organic.
it's more mechanical, geometric shapes. It's not really bio. It's all like electronic, and it's all hard, and it's all like... That's what that's the noise that makes.
Digital.
Would you say that, Mike?
Yeah, I would say very digital, like computer, trying to simulate what a computer would be capable of doing.
And Mike, where does this come from? I mean...
I don't know, a combo of things, the toys I used to play with when I was little, my dad used to let me sit around and play with his engineering tools and computer board parts. He'd sit me down there when I was a little kid, and there you go, have at it, give me pliers and cutters and let me cut up resistors and transistors and all different kinds of stuff. It's pretty cool.
Lincoln logs look nothing like that.
My Tinker Toys didn't look like that. When you started tattooing, Mike, what was your style? Did you start right out with this, or were you?
I was a flash jockey when I started. Back '93, doing just typical walk-in shop with hearts and banners and roses and panthers and different stuff like that for the first 5-6 years of my career. And then I saw people like Guy Aitchison and Eddie Deutsch and their flash and stuff, and I was like, man, this could go so much further than that. And I just started trying to evolve myself from there.
Where did you start tattooing?
North Carolina.
And where are you at now?
Charlotte. Where am I at now? In California, Southern California, right outside LA.
How did you make that transition?
I went from North Carolina to Florida for a little bit, back to North Carolina, and then North Carolina was a little slower for the progressive type of tattooing that I was doing. It was leaning more toward traditional, and I was trying to take it a different direction. So I figured, California would be the perfect place for that.
So you moved just like as an artist or a writer would to get the vibe, to develop something.
To get the skin, and get the vibe, and the people, were more open to the stuff I was doing. It was a little more progressive, so I figured this would be a nice place to even hearing California's crazy. It's a different planet. It's true, but you adjust, and I wouldn't have it any other way now. I love it here.
So how long have you been tattooing?
20 years and some change.
How did you get into it? What attracted you to tattooing?
I don't know. It just felt like a calling. I don't know. I was really young, 18 or 19, and I was working at a grocery store, dropped out of college, and loved art, and I couldn't see getting indoctrinated into visual arts arena and marketing and stuff like that. Putting my energy in towards something like that, and then I don't know. I just like doing what I want to do, I guess, is
Mike,
being my own boss. It just seemed like the right thing to do.
Let me ask you this: when you first started, naturally you started drawing these sketches when you were doing your flash, when you were flash jockeying, and naturally you'd get some downtime and you'd start drawing these geometrical shapes. And was it hard to sell it initially, like to the first couple of people that got it? Now we look at it and it's like, wow, it's genius. It's still ahead of its time. It's still different than anything that, people try to emulate styles, but still, you do it like if it's a real skeletal map or things look right or the way it's supposed to be. Was it hard to sell that to like the first few people that got it?
Well, I was mimicking, Aaron Kane and Guy Aitchison when I first, before I even actually came up with this stuff. And I guess as it slowly started developing in my head, I would take the organic stuff and mix it, mix little pieces of the geometry in with it. And then slowly people started pointing out the parts of the tattoo that they liked the most would be the geometry parts. And then, I would start to do more and more, and it got to the point where it was just straight geometry.
So naturally, it's a progression from something that was kind of, again, loosely used term, organic, because it was a little bits and it was growing, into something here that's totally robotic and digital and just crazy.
Yeah, definitely. It started. The flow of the biomechanic or tattoos that were being done was super appealing, and I kept trying to figure out how I could bend, and I guess you could say that was the map for this kind of tattooing, is the flow, and trying to figure out how I could bend actual chiseled and square shapes to the streamline of the body.
Do you remember the day or the certain part in your career when you were like, yeah, this, and then people were like, yeah, Mike, this is it, and you just...
Well, actually, it's a funny... I won't tell the whole story, but I actually hit my head really hard in a car accident, and I was always interested in geometry, but before jarring my head really hard, I crowned through a windshield going 50, hit somebody head on, and I just started getting a lot of, I guess you could call them hallucinations, closed eye ones and open eye ones, especially, at nighttime they would get worse. But I've learned how to reprogram and, you know, just live with them. They weren't, you know, at first it was scary, but, you know, and then I just learned to use them, you know.
Dude, you got superpowers.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't call it that. It can get pretty intense sometimes, but it helped. It pushed me that way. I was always interested in geometry, but I don't know, just seeing those shapes, you know, molding and moving and thinking about how I could, you know, like I said before, put them to that flow that the biomechanic tattooing was using. It just made sense.
It's like you turned on a DMT pump in your brain.
That's what some say. You know, I don't know
I'm half kidding, but
no. I've heard people say, "Oh, you might produce a little more."
There's some kind of drip somewhere. Absolutely.
A drip in there, yeah. It's because, you know, the dreaming is pretty lucid. It's pretty intense, you know, and sometimes on the terror side. But, you know, it's balanced. You know, you get the good, you get the bad. So I've learned how to use it, you know, to my advantage to create what I'm doing. So. And
we all get to enjoy it, unfortunately, at your expense. But I mean, keep suffering, bro, because we love this stuff.
Well, no, it's not suffering now. I've learned how to you know, it helps. It's a good thing. I'm a little bit of a workaholic, but I enjoy it, you know.
So, Mike, I love it. You paint as well as tattoo?
Yes, when I have a chance.
Do you feel that makes your tattooing better?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you think
it helps. Well, it helps you work out the new designs, new color theory, all kinds of things without, you know, hurting the client. You know, the canvas doesn't bleed, doesn't feel pain, so it's a lot easier to, you know, be quiet with the canvas and get out the things that you think might work before you take them to skin, you know.
So you've got a book out, right? You've got a.
I do. Yeah, I have. It's a little like a reference book. It's got it's a mechanical floral type book. It's called Mechanical Botanicals. It's just, you know, little tips about how to reference. You know, nothing's really original. It's just how cleverly you manipulate the pieces to the puzzle to make it your own, you know.
If someone was looking to get a copy of that book, where would they be able to find it?
They can go to MikeColeTattoo.com and get it through email.
Excellent.
I need to put it up there. I keep procrastinating about that, but I'll get it up
You'll
there.
get it out there eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, when you're tattooing, would you rather do large-scale projects, like full back pieces, or, you know, an entire leg sleeve, or will you still do smaller pieces?
Yeah, I don't really have a preference. It just works out that way. People generally want either, you know, full limbs or, you know, huge coverage. So I like doing small stuff once in a while. It's fun, you know, little bangers, as they call them.
Right. Do you ever stray away from color and get to black and gray?
I love black and gray, but nobody ever asked for it.
Do you find that because you do such vibrant color and the stuff that you do, people will find you and ask you for only what they've seen already? And
that seems to be the case. Yeah, they want that color bomb stuff.
So,
you know, really intense, bright, vivid stuff. That's exact words they use when they request.
If you were looking to do like something else, what would you want to tattoo outside of that? You know, like.
I enjoy doing flowers a lot. I like doing anything that's botanical. Any venture outside. Nothing comes to mind right now. I'm pretty inspired by nature. You know, anything that's nature stuff is cool. I don't know. Basically, I just do what's in my head, I guess.
Right on.
I gotta run with that. But outside of that, I can't really, you know, think of anything that's. Yeah.
But if someone came to you and said, "Hey, I want a full black and gray realistic sleeve of flowers," you'd be into it?
Oh, yeah, I would do it.
Right on.
Yeah, I would love doing that.
How hard is it to get in with you, Mike? How far in advance are you booked?
I only stay a month out. I try to stay a month, 2 at the most. So just in case anything comes up, you know, illness or hope that doesn't happen. But, you know, if we have to go on a family trip or I'm burnt out or something, I have that you know, that flexibility. You book out a year and you have to cancel a few people. They get pretty pissed off if you have to kick them to the end.
How much are you traveling?
I traveled last year to Australia and Indonesia, which I'm gonna try to get back to this year or this summer, end of summer, fall. But not very much. I'll do an occasional convention. I actually did Hell City not too long ago, and I'm going to try to start doing it again, if the schedule allows this year. I have Hell City and Phoenix too, and I want to do the Paradise Gathering as well.
Yeah, in September.
Yeah,
that'll be a good time. So I saw you at Hell City. Did you enjoy yourself at Hell City, Columbus?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah,
What,
I like the Hell City shows.
I was kind of hoping you were going to get up on stage and sing some Metallica with Bob Tyrrell.
I'm too karaoke's not like.
I know, but I was just so hoping. I was just,
My wife kept pushing on me to do it, and I was like, yeah.
I saw her.
Make an ass of myself.
Maybe next time.
And I knew the lyrics by heart because I'm an old Metallica metalhead from back in the day.
See, that would have been great. Next time, man. I'll do it with you.
Yeah.
So what have you got coming up in your future? Are you doing any traveling coming up? You say you're gonna do Hell City?
Yeah, Hell City in Phoenix and the Gathering in September, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's in September.
So where is that this year again?
Keystone, Colorado.
Keystone, yeah.
Yeah.
So I should be at both of those. And what else do I got in the works? Just been gardening a lot, man. Trying to do that whole grow your own food stuff.
Well, tell me about that a little bit. How big of a garden you've got going on?
It's pretty good size, like 600 square feet. Got chickens and eggs. Just just something to try to get healthier. Stay away from the processed, mechanically engineered food and stuff. I don't think that's too good for people, so I'm trying to swing that way.
That's huge. 600 square feet. That's like a small condo in like Miami.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to feed 5 because I live with my family, my in-laws, which I love because it all works out. We all do it together, and it's good family time, and
So it's
fun to watch.
You got like a whole commune thing going on over there.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. It's very private. It gives you time to draw and just observe nature and birds and trees, and kind of just gives you time to quiet and meditate and all that kind of stuff.
Do you think that kind of calm mental space makes it easier to tattoo? Does it make it Is it?
I do. After the hustle of shops and doing 25 conventions for 5-6 years in my career, I'm trying to just relax and take it easy so I can tattoo a long time and not burn myself out before I'm 50.
Right on. So you planning on tattooing until you're 50, 60, 70? What?
As long as my hands are willing, I'm willing to do it.
You got any tricks to keep yourself healthy other than eating well and organically? I mean, do you have like ergonomic things that you do? Like
stretching is good. I've been running lately. It helps a lot. Doing a lot of supplements, and the good supplements, not the mechanically engineered. I mean, I guess everything technically is mechanically engineered, but just trying to eat healthy and drink tons of water and meditate and lots of stretching too. Stretching is good for the back, and the running helps the back. Sitting in a chair for 8 hours a day will tend to take its toll on your muscle structure in the back. So
right on. It's important. I don't think a lot of younger tattoo artists that are coming up in the industry are thinking about that kind of stuff. They're all about, right now. They're going to their conventions and they're trying to hit it as hard as they can. They stay up too late. They get up too early, and
party. Got to keep the partying to a minimum. No one to do it, and no one to take care of your body.
Well, they need people like you to tell them that, though. We need guys that have been doing it a long time to kind of pass that knowledge around.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
for sure.
Mike, thanks for talking with us, man.
Oh yeah, no problem. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, it's been great. I'd like to have you back sometime if you're into it.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Sure, anytime.
Great talking to you, Mike.
All right, guys. You too. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you since Mississippi.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. It's been a while. It's good to see you.
How long has it been? 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah, it's probably that long. 3 years ago.
Yeah. Right on. Well, it's
same here, man. You're always looking well. Regards to the wife and the kids. All right, brother.
We'll talk to you soon, Mike.
Man.
Thank you.
Take care. Peace,
All right.
guys.
And we're going to go out to the Worldwide Tattoo Conference video for you folks out there watching, and you guys can take a look.
Because we all are ready to improve. And the fact that in the moment that you decide that you are ready to improve, you will improve.
What the fuck, Bob Tyrrell?
I came all the way from Canada, and I have to say this was totally worth every penny, and I learned a lot. My brain is almost going to explode.
I had a blast, man. It was amazing. It was really
really inspiring. I mean, I was as excited to take these seminars from everybody else as everybody who came here, man. Guy especially, I've taken Guy's seminar years ago, and he's a great teacher.
Events like this are great because it gives people a chance to get outside of what they would normally do or the way they would normally think, and kind of let all that down for a second and open themselves up to what other artists are doing. And this particular event, we're not distracted by other tattooing or anything like that. We're just focusing on learning from each other, and that makes it a unique, very awesome event.
Inspirational. I don't even know what to say. I'm overwhelmed, speechless.
I thought it was amazing. It was way more than I expected. I had so much information, and people were so nice.
Best time I've ever had. 2012 Worldwide Tattoo Conference, amazing, blown away. Best thing I ever did for my career.
The conference was amazing. A lot of good information given out. On your next opportunity to get yourself out here and be part of this.
This shit was fucking insane. It brought stuff out of me that I never thought it would, and I know that I'm going to be a better artist because of it.
I learned a lot myself.
Oh shit, look, it's fucking Bob Tyrrell!
Get out because it's well worth for your personal life, for your career, for everything tattooing. This is where you gotta be.
Hey, we're back. I hope you enjoyed that. That was the video from the Worldwide Tattoo Conference, which is coming up next week, June 4th and 5th in Boston. If you're a tattoo artist...
This week.
This coming week. Next week?
This week coming.
It would be the next week.
It's tomorrow, the next 2 days after tomorrow.
All right, so there it is, right there. June 4th and 5th in Boston. If you're a tattoo artist, you can really learn from these guys. Nick Baxter, I didn't call him a bastard, I didn't. Jeff Gogwe, Nico Hurtado, Guy Ippeson, Alex DePaste, and Bob Tyrrell. These guys are all going to be giving seminars. You should check it out. So we're going to show a video that you did in Miami. You can tell me a little bit about what it was? What it's all about?
It's for a show that's coming up in October. Not to be confused with the already awesome show that's going to be next week. 2 weeks. TattooNOWpalooza in Miami.
Okay.
It's awesome. I MC it. It's a good time. Tons of award-winning artists. We have a hustle row there. Like 12 different booths of hustle butter artists. So
the whole team's going to be there?
Well, not the whole team, because the whole team is world. Yeah, it's huge. But we're going to have the best and brightest there. And then, but what this is for an artist from Miami, Cesar Morales. He's putting on a show called Gathering of the Giants. Him, I think Tattoo Baby's involved, a couple of local sponsors. It's going to be a car aficionado show and a serious art tattoo
sounds like
artist.
An 80s heavy metal.
Yeah, invite only kind of invite
sure.
only artists. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
no, it's gonna be snooty, but not so much. Like in between, it's gonna be nice.
Selective.
It's gonna be nice. Yes, but very art driven, and it's gonna be some good stuff. So this is a video, literally just capturing the essence of Miami and why you'd want to go.
Yeah, I saw you shot some lowriders and stuff. Those
Yeah.
guys you know? Or
Those
they're
are
just
yeah,
hanging around?
those are probably some local car guys. Their cars will be at the show.
Awesome.
But Caesar's in a car club as well, so it was easy to assemble.
They tie it all together.
Yeah, some of the car things. So it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be something different.
So check out this video. It's nice. It's lush. If you're in a place that's kind of rainy like we are, this is going to be like a nice mini vacation. And then we'll come back and we'll talk with Bob Tyrrell, and then we're going to go to Luthier's Co-op and we're going to broadcast some music. Matt Hebert will be playing live from there, and hopefully all this shit will work out. See you on the other side.
Miami to me is Hispanic culture, palm trees, Calle Ocho, Miami Beach.
Artistically, creatively, it's amazing. I love my city. I love Miami. I live and breathe, 305 My name is Cesar Morales. I'm the owner of 1,000 Virgins Tattoo Studio and 1,000 Virgins Tattoo Production. I grew up in Miami. I've been here since 1978. I've been in the tattoo industry now for almost 20 years. It'll definitely inspire you like no other place can.
My name is Catherine Tattoo Baby Flores. I'm from Miami, Florida. Definitely no place like Miami. I mean, I've traveled everywhere, especially because of what I do, and I go to a lot of tattoo conventions, but there's no place like home. I think of Art Basel, Wynwood, the art walls, everybody that comes from all over out of town and showcases, you know, some of the artwork here in our walls. I feel like other artists coming to Miami are going to be inspired from our ambition.
Come to Miami, be inspired.
Really close. Hey, can you turn him up in my earphone, please?
What's happening, Ben?
Hey, Bob, how you doing, man?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm good. Where are you at right now?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
How's everything in Atlanta? Is it hot, like it's hot here?
Yeah, it is hot. It's like, it's about 86 degrees, to be exact, when I looked earlier.
That's what we got here. What are you doing?
Cool.
What are you doing in Atlanta?
I came for Tony Levis's convention here. I was supposed to be here the whole weekend, and then I got Rolling Stones tickets in Chicago, and I looked at my phone calendar, which everything's in there, I thought, and I'm like, okay, cool, May 31st, I got nothing going that weekend, so I bought these tickets, and it was like almost $900 for 2 tickets, you know. Whoa. And then I'm like, oh fuck, man! It's the weekend of Atlanta. So I'm like, shit. So I talked to Tony. I'm like, dude, mind if I come Saturday?
Right on.
He's like, yeah, man.
How was this?
So I saw this. Drove to Chicago from Detroit. My buddy drove. We saw the Stones, and then Saturday morning I flew here. Got here at like 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and now I got to go to the airport at like 3:45. So I'm here like 24 hours exactly.
God damn.
And I gotta fly out, so yeah, it's kind of nutty. But
how do you?
So I didn't work.
How do you handle all that traveling?
I don't know, man. I'm tired.
What's your secret?
Patron. Drink lots of coffee and lots of tequila.
Right on. Yeah. So where's your next destination? Boston?
Yeah, I gotta fly to Newark tonight, and then I'm gonna be there tomorrow, and I'm gonna drive to Boston tomorrow night, Monday night. So I'll be there, and then I'm kind of all over the place. I'm going to Toronto this month. The end of the month, I'm going to Europe. So I'm going to France, Amsterdam, and maybe Germany.
Damn.
It's gonna be a crazy 6 weeks. And then mid-July, I'll be home for 2 months. I hope.
You hope.
I'm going when I get back from Europe, July 9th or 10th, and then I'm going down to Cincinnati like a few days later. And then after that, I'm home, so I can enjoy some of the summer at home. You know.
You're coming in for the Worldwide Tattoo Conference, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm stoked.
What are you going to be doing there?
Thanks.
If that's a cold beer, I'm totally jealous right now.
It's a hot coffee.
Fuck. All right.
It's morning for me. I just got up at 1 p.m., so this is totally morning for me. But no, this Worldwide Tattoo Conference, it's awesome. I did it once in Chicago, and 2 days of just like school. You know, it's the 6 seminars. So 6 of us each do a 2-hour seminar. So the first day is 3 of us. I think I am on the first day.
Yep.
Shut this off. So we each do a 2-hour seminar, and then at the end there's a discussion panel with all 6 artists on both days. It's an awesome thing. I had a blast last time. Like, I learned a lot last time. Like, you know, I've taken all these seminars myself too, and it's just like it's a lot of information to soak in over 2 days. You know, it's really, really cool experience.
What's your seminar all about?
Mine's just on pretty much just what I do, you know, black and gray. It focuses on portraits and photorealism because that's kind of my main thing. But I also love doing, horror, custom horror imagery and freehand stuff sometimes, and which is kind of a lot different than realistic work. It's a nice change, I could do portraits every day for the rest of my life and not get sick of them. But it's also fun to just draw on somebody and just have fun, creating some monster or something. I'm a huge horror fan, so I love doing that stuff. But my seminar, I'll talk about just my technique and just how I do stuff, and everything to do with how I tattoo. But like I said, it's a little more based on doing a black and gray portrait because that's my main thing. So
for some folks who aren't familiar with you, which I'm sure there are only a few, but you started tattooing a little bit later in life. You had a regular day job for years. How did you get into tattooing? Who got you into it?
I'd wanted to get a tattoo since I was like 19. I had this buddy who joined the Marines, and every time he came home, he had more work. And his arms were getting pretty heavily covered. And, I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. It's like, man, I want to get tattooed. And throughout my 20s, I would go into every couple of years, I go looking at, go into a shop and look around. And I was going into the worst shops, All my friends had bad tattoos on the side of town I lived on. They're like, go see this guy, Red. He's 70 years old, but he shakes, but when he touches your skin, he gets stiff. Those kind of people that people are like referring me to.
Oh man, nice friends.
And I went in his shop, and I was pretty ignorant about the whole thing. I thought you had to, pick something off the wall. I didn't realize people were doing custom imagery, or you could bring in like an album cover or something. And I just thought you had to go in there, pick something off the wall if they didn't have it, So I looked around and I didn't see anything I wanted, And then I was a month shy of turning 30, and I'm like, I got to get tattooed before I turn 30. I waited long enough. I went in the closest shop to my house, and I got Eddie from Iron Maiden on my arm. And
classic.
It was horrible. The guy butchered it. It was horrible. But I was still stoked to have a tattoo, And then I found somebody a little better and started getting my work on both my upper arms. And at that point, I started buying tattoo magazines. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't realize what kind of work was being done out there in the world. And I saw an article on Paul Booth, one of those first magazines, and it's like, that's exactly the kind of work I'm looking for. Paul was, he was tattooing like 4 or 5 years at that point, but he was just getting big at that point. And it's like, that's exactly the kind of stuff I want. And so I booked an appointment with Paul and got a full back piece, and that was like my first real tattoo. So that's, but for 15 years, I had a job making kitchen countertops, and I played in bands all through my 20s. I wanted to, make it in the music business or whatever, was my goal for a long time, and that didn't go anywhere. I did that for 15 years, and after I quit drawing when I started playing guitar when I was 14, so like I didn't draw at all from like, except for high school art class or something, from 15 years old to about 30. When I got my first tattoo, that kind of made me want to start drawing again. Like I'm gonna try drawing some skulls and stuff, and then I just totally fell in love with drawing again, and so I was drawing skulls and stuff like that. And then I took a basic drawing 1 art class at the community college. So I was going like 2 nights a week, and I learned that. I just learned the basics again, like how light falls on objects and real simple stuff like that, perspective. But I learned a shitload in that 1 class, and it totally got me back into drawing. And I took a basic drawing 2 class, and then I took a life drawing class after that, and just because I was having fun taking art classes. So I took those 3 classes, and I spent about 3 years getting my drawing back together and thinking about tattooing the whole time, but I was kind of scared, what if I fuck somebody up, if I stick myself and catch something, or so I wasn't like totally set, but like, so just thinking, man, I wouldn't mind learning how to tattoo. It seems like a cool fucking job. But so after about 3 years, I'm like, okay, I have to learn how to tattoo. That whole time I was getting pretty heavily covered, so I had full sleeves, a full back piece before I was tattooing, and just over those 3 years, as time went on, I just kept wanting more and more to learn how to tattoo. And then, so after 3 years, I'm like, all right, I have to, So I got an apprenticeship at Eternal, and was a quick 3-month apprenticeship. I did 6 tattoos and started working full time.
Who were you apprenticing with?
The amazing thing is, I went to Eternal Tattoos, which was like the best shop in Detroit in 1997 when I started, and Tom Renshaw happened to be working there, and he was like the best portrait artist in the world, in the shop I apprenticed in, so I couldn't have learned in a better shop. And Tom, I was going in there every night after my day job from like 6 to 9 o'clock at night, and everybody apprenticed me in the shop, and Tramp's the owner of the shop, and the first day he taught me how to make needles and stuff, and then after that he's just like watch the guys work, ask questions, just observe, And so I watched everybody, and there's a lot of Jay Wheeler was working there, who's really one of the best portrait guys in the world too. And, back then he totally was, he still is, but there's so many good portrait artists now, it's crazy. But back then Jay was one of the few guys in the world, one of the best portrait guys like Tom Renshaw, and so I had both of those guys to learn from. But I watched Tom a little more than everybody else because I knew before I even started my apprenticeship I wanted to hopefully specialize in black and gray portraits and horror imagery and stuff, which is kind of exactly what I'm doing now. But I would, if Tom was doing a portrait, I would just sit there the whole time, and for the whole 3 hours I was there, I would just watch him do a portrait. And I think he saw that I was really eager to learn, and he appreciated that. You see a lot of guys apprenticing, they'll come in for a couple minutes and take off and do something else, but I would just sit there and watch the whole time. And Tom dug that, so he kind of took me under his wing. And
that's amazing fortune there. That's a fucking. I mean, that's to have that opportunity. That's just great. That's awesome. Have you done many color tattoos? I know you don't do any now, right?
No, I just used some red about 3 weeks ago.
Really?
In a black gray tattoo with a little bit of red. It was like blood. But when I started tattooing, it was a busy street shop, so I did almost all color and doing all the usual walk-in stuff. Hearts, roses, tribal armbands. I did 1 million tribal armbands.
That was the right time period for that, I suppose, huh?
Yeah, it was, man. It was huge. And at first I liked tattooing anything. Just tattooing was a name or a tribal armband or whatever it was. And I liked doing color, It was fun. Everything was fun at first. Thank God I don't have to do tribal armbands anymore. So I think I got over that. After about 2 years, it's like, all right.
Everything comes back around, man. Who knows? Like 5 years
you
from
never
now,
know.
it might be a bunch of douchebags walking around with tribal armbands again.
Right. I'll have to change my specialty from portraits to tribal armbands, and kind of go backwards. And
Awesome.
I do miss it. No,
I know you don't. Hey,
but no, I love doing color, but I always liked black and gray better, and I knew I wanted to kind of phase out the color. And after about 3 years, I was pretty much doing all black and gray. And when I do a color piece now, it's fun because it's new, but at the same time, it's a pain in the ass because it smears more, and my tube's getting clogged up. But color ink is thicker, and it's just, I'm like, fuck. It's like, I remember why I hate doing color because of this. And I'm so out of touch with it that it's just a pain in the ass, Black and gray is so easy for me. So stick to what I know,
So for someone that might want to get into tattooing, you have any advice on how the best way to go about trying to start a career in tattooing? Well, for me, I always tell people, an apprenticeship is definitely the best way to go. A lot of people learn on their own, you make more mistakes, you're going to fuck people up, and an apprenticeship is just the way to go. That's how I learned. And but I would, if someone wants to start, I would say, whatever town you live in, find some of the better shops, go in there and talk to them, and take your portfolio. If you have drawings or your painting or any kind of artwork you have, they're going to want to see that. So just get your best stuff together, put together a nice little portfolio of your best artwork, and just go to shops, but go to good shops. You want to learn. I've had people like, well, this guy will teach me, but he's not that good. But
I could at least learn, and it's like, no, you'll probably, if you go to a bad shop, you're going to pick up bad habits. And if you eventually get a job at a good tattoo shop, you'll have to kind of unlearn stuff and kind of relearn the right way and stuff. So you want to make sure the artist is good who's apprenticing you, And I mean, the way I learned, it didn't cost me a dime. And Tramp brought me in, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll teach you how to tattoo and everything, but just to stay in the shop for like 2 or 3 years minimum.
Yep.
That's all I ask, And if you go and end up leaving or something, don't open up a shop 10 miles from any of my shops. And that was those ethics are kind of going away now. It's like people are opening up shops a block from somebody else and don't give a fuck. But it's
yeah, we've
really
witnessed that really close to home here. It's
everywhere.
It's like they don't give a fuck anymore.
I know. Back in the day, if you're opening somewhat close to somebody, you go talk to them, say, "Hey, I'm thinking about opening a shop. Make sure it's cool." And I mean, back in the day, some people would if a shop would open up too close, they'd firebomb them and shit.
Well, with the proliferation of all the tattoo TV shows and things, there's everybody wants to be a tattoo artist. Not everybody. There's a lot more people are out there wanting to be a tattoo artist, and they see what not to do on a lot of those shows. It's they just think that they can fucking just go in and open up a shop, paint some fancy, shit on the walls, hang up some nice curtains, and they have a fancy shop. And it's really just not the way it is.
Yeah, people think it's easy, and tattooing is hard work. I mean, some days it doesn't seem like work at all. If you got a cool tattoo you're doing, they have nice skin, and the stars are in alignment and stuff. Some tattoos just almost seem like they do themselves, But then some days it's really hard, So it looks easy watching. Like when I was apprenticing and just watching the guys work, it looked. It's like, wow, it looks easy, man. It looks fun. But it's a lot harder than it appears, So, and people, see this stuff on TV and like, oh man, be a tattooer, make a ton of money,
be
or
famous,
whatever.
Be all rich and famous, and
Be
get
famous.
on TV. Yeah, right.
Right.
If you're doing it to be famous, you're doing it for the wrong fucking reasons. That's for sure.
Exactly, man. You would do it for the love of the art, and I would tattoo for free. If I couldn't make a living at it, I would be doing it for fun. As much as I could. So it's it's for the love of the art, man, and nothing else. I actually do it to pick up chicks.
Well, I know you do a pretty good job at that.
Kidding, man.
So what's the hardest part about tattooing for you? Travel?
Well, you don't have to travel to tattoo. I did a lot of tattooers. Tom Renshaw, for one, who taught me. He got himself out there in conventions for 5 or 6 years, and now he doesn't do any conventions, not one. He hasn't for years. He just stays home and works 4 days a week, and so you can. Traveling's not mandatory, but I mean, with tattooers, traveling's a big part of our lifestyle, and we love to travel, and it's, I've traveled everywhere in the world and made friends everywhere in the world through conventions, and then you make friends with people. They're like, come do a guest spot at the shop, and it's just an amazing way to see the world, because you can go anywhere. I can really go anywhere in the world and know somebody and have a place to work, and see the world. If you like to travel, it's tattooing kind of affords you that opportunity, which is really amazing, And I've been tattooing 16 years, and I've been doing conventions for 13 years. Like my first convention I did in the year 2000. Right away, I just did a ton of conventions after that first one, and I haven't stopped since. And I was going to slow down this year. I'm like, I have to, man. I'm burned out. I'm tired. And now this year's as crazy as any year so far. So.
What do you do to cope with burnout? Just take time off, or do you have other mechanisms?
Yeah. I like when I get home from a trip, sometimes I won't work for like 2 or 3 days. I'll just fucking veg out, sit on the couch and watch TV and whatever, but just hang out and by myself and just fucking chill. Play guitar,
Yeah, right.
And that helps me. Just being home for a few days by myself, and then I'm cool, Because on the road conventions, you're constantly surrounded by a ton of people. You're going out every night, and You know, it's like party time every night.
Everybody wants to party with Bob Tyrrell.
Yeah, people always say, "Yeah, I heard I shouldn't drink with you." You know, bad.
It can be challenging. I've done it.
I've been doing it a long time, so you know.
You're well practiced.
You've got to be good at something, right?
So have you got to take off now? You got to catch a plane?
Yeah, I got to take off here in about 20 minutes, I think. And
all right, man.
It's a flight, but I'll see you Tuesday. Are you going to be there?
I'll be at the Worldwide Tattoo Conference for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there.
Well, anybody who's watching this, who tattoos, and you're not going to this Worldwide Tattoo Conference, you should go because it's really an amazing thing, you know. And if you can't make it this time, try to catch the next one or somewhere closer to where you live. But I think it's a must-do for any tattooer, you know. I did it once, you know, and like I said, I got to take all the seminars, and I'm doing it again. I'm looking forward to it because I learned a lot myself. So, really amazing thing, man. So I urge any tattooer to at least do one of those.
Awesome.
And that's about it, man.
Well, hey, Bob, thanks for talking with us. I know
Cool.
you're busy, so we really appreciate the time. All right.
No problem, man. It's good talking to you,
Right
man.
on.
Cool, and I will see you in a couple days.
You absolutely will. Hey, that was a interview we did with Bob Tyrrell a little bit earlier. We were going to try to have him on live. Live is great, and but you know, Bob's a busy man, flying around. So we would love to have him back here live so we could chat with him, but we got to do it a little earlier. I hope you enjoyed that interview. We'll be putting up that clip on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, not too long from now. We're going to get to a few more things. I want to tell you a little bit about what's been going on at TattooNOW. Feel free to enjoy this, Richie. TattooNOW's got a new website launch, Biagio. It's got a new image feature. You can mouse over the tattoo images and it'll zoom in, as you can see here. I'll give you a little close-up detailed shot.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice feature. I like to have that option, you know, so I don't have to
Magnifying
manually do it.
glass.
Yeah, it's like tattoos for senior citizens. No, it's a great feature. I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. Oh, the Ask Guy column on TattooNOW has been updated a lot lately. He's got a bunch of new answers to questions. You should check it out.
You can ask like anything. Right?
Anything. Ask him anything. What would you ask Guy if you could ask him a question?
I would ask Guy, how does he do all those crazy colors if he's truly indeed like colorblind in one of his or all of his eyes?
Because, you know, colorblind means he sees them differently. Doesn't mean he can't see them.
But how does he do that?
So maybe that amazing green glow to him looks purple. Maybe.
Don't tell him.
All right. He watches this. In other news, off the map Northeast artist Johnny Smith did this Corvette tattoo on a woman. She won a contest. We picked her idea, and Johnny did a free webinar for TattooNOW artists, artist members. They could tune in for free and watch Johnny tattoo this Corvette. He went through the whole process from drawing to stencil to the finished tattoo. And if you check out TattooNOW, in the near future, we will show that tattoo and you guys can see the finished product. If you missed it, I'm sorry, you should have been paying attention. So we're gonna go to Tattoo of the Day. For those of you who don't know, Tattoo of the Day is picked from artist submissions into the TattooNOW.com website. Artists will upload their pictures, and daily we pick the best of all of them. And so this is what we're going to show you. You can follow along with the Tattoo of the Day on the TattooNOW app, which is available at the iTunes store. You can see all these every day, and you'll get news and videos and all that stuff.
This is James from Hungary.
This is badass. This reminds me of an old heavy metal album cover.
It's like a merciful
We had a
fate.
tattoo gathering. Works with Caesar.
Caesar out of New York. It's the Cory Norris tattoo?
With Ryan Mullins.
Ryan Mullins collab? It's very nice.
Crazy. The
I like
skull on the bottom, like a little skull cup or...
I like the hint of yellow. You know, normally I don't like to mix a lot of the black and gray in color, but I like the hint of yellow kind of sets it off, gives you that kind of sun in the background.
Cory Norris really is a inspiration, fantastic tattooer, and a great personality.
So for those of you guys who are curious, this is Gabe Ripley in the background talking with us. So it's me, Richie Bulldog, and Gabe Ripley of TattooNOW and Off the Map, and Paradise Tattoo Gathering, and all of the wonderful things that we do.
That's sick. Look at that.
That's a Gene Coffey tattoo.
I love that. Like splatters and
I
like
the
sketchiness.
The illustrative kind of style there. I like that.
I got a text from a tattooer this day who said, how do you pick tattoo of the day? And I got to say, by the votes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's actually a new feature on the TattooNOW app. You can vote on the images that you like.
Toto.
This is Toto. It's a nice take on kind of a sugar skull kind of vibe going on there. Not your standard thing.
Atlanta, Georgia area.
That is cool. The subtle, the lavender or pink. Maybe I'm colorblind
Is it
too.
15, 20 year in?
Look how smooth the gums, the texture on the skull there.
I like the spider web in the mouth.
I didn't even see it till now.
So this is a Tattoo of the Day regular winner, Ivana. She was actually just at our shop up here in East Hampton. She does some amazing work. She works from a reference that is mostly like a realistic photo, and then she comes up with this. And her tattoos are just beautiful.
Can almost see the geometric shapes in it.
I got to watch her tattoo Tim Senecal and just torture his ribs the other day. It was great. This is another one of her tattoos. We're not biased. These are all based on votes. So if it seems like she's coming up a lot, it's just because she's really great.
She'll also be at the Paradise Tattoo Gathering in Colorado. Hell City.
She's booking for Ink and Iron in June right now, so you can get in touch with her on her Facebook page. It's a J. Blackburn tattoo.
Providence, Rhode Island.
Killer. It's like you can taste it.
Powerline tattoo.
Even to the specks on the beak.
Birds do get extra votes.
That's not true.
As do dogs.
Gabe would love to say that birds get extra votes, but it's just because he loves them so much.
Gabe
Gabe only gets one vote, and it's the one that counts. But I mean, you know, it's
I
one.
get a vote. My little girl gets a vote. My wife gets a vote. We have a family vote.
More birds. Matt Stelby.
This is one of the
for sure. You could just
one of my favorite guest artists up at Off the Map here in East Hampton, Matt Stelby. He's down in Biloxi, I think. Right?
He kills it. I love his stuff.
Guy's done too many shrimps.
Ocean Springs, maybe.
Get off the shrimps, Matt. Just kidding. I love your shrimps. Shrimping ain't easy.
It's the goods. That's in there.
So, making an unprecedented third appearance.
With a bird.
Ivana, with a bird.
A double.
Yeah, so we got a guest artist with a bird. I swear this is not biased. It isn't. This is just because people love her tattoos. It almost looks like marker or watercolor on the skin. It's just like it's badass. So, Rich, you gonna get a bird tattoo?
Yes, I have birds already. Sparrows.
So this is Nick Baxter. What can you say? It's fucking Nick Baxter.
It's wet. It's gooey.
I feel bad for the other people that didn't. I mean, that submitted tattoos this day because you're going up against Nick Baxter. Yeah, it's sticky. It's fleshy.
It's gooey.
It's organy. It's got.
It's wet. It's gross.
Shines.
If you touch it, it'll get infected. It looks crazy. It's just like all open, like existing, like craziness growing out of your skin. He's ridiculous. I watched him paint that little hook on that piece of flesh, and from the beginning, it's like the whole weekend. It was like the crispest photo that I couldn't even take with my camera. It was so ridiculous.
So for those guys who don't know, Paradise Tattoo. The artist retreat. Nick was painting live. He was painting there the whole time and painted about this big painting of a steel hook with a chunk of flesh, some blood, some goo, and it was just amazing to watch it. It was the reflections he got on the inside of the eye of the hook.
And it's so small, and he's just standing there. And if you looked at him, it doesn't look like he's doing anything.
It's just standing there
because his hands don't move. And then you walk by it, you say, "Hey, what's up?" And he just goes. And then, sure enough, by the end of the week, it was like this crisp, super high-res, glossy photo.
Beautiful, beautiful painting. I love his paintings. I don't know how he can do that. I would drive me insane.
It is crazy.
All right, well, thank you for joining us. That wraps up the show. Thanks, Richie, for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Good definitely going to see you at the Worldwide Tattoo Conference.
Definitely
I'll be
will.
watching you MC that shit.
Look out for the Off the Map video we're putting out. We're working on right now. I'm also shooting that here.
Right on.
And working on the TattooNOW video as well. So don't sleep. There's plenty of crazy goodness coming down. And get your hustle butter.
Hustle. I will see you next time, guys.
Good time. Thank you.